Hey y'all, I'm Allie. Welcome to Little Hill Homestead. I don't know about you, but okay, let me start with this. It's been like 90s, high 90s for weeks on end, and today it is rainy. And when I left the house this morning for a few minutes, it was 62 degrees at like 9:30 in the morning. So it's the weather here is bipolar. Don't worry, it'll be 97 again later today. But anyways, this kind of set me in a mood to make something kind of fallish, but also I need to incorporate the gifts of my garden, some zucchini that are getting wrinkly. Like, I don't know about you, but you get to the point where you're like, we didn't get a ton of zucchini, we got squash bugs, but it's fine. But I had some zucchini that we just didn't get around to eating. And so I decided today is the day we are going to make, it's basically a double chocolate zucchini bread. You can make traditional zucchini bread, but why not take it up a notch and make it a chocolate chip zucchini bread? So that's what we're doing today. It's pretty dang easy, you guys. So the first step you need to do is grate your zucchini. I use just a regular old box grater and just use on the largest cheese size and grate that. You need a cup and a half. I'm going to grate all my zucchini, not right now in front of you, but I will off camera. And then I freeze this in 1.5 cup or 1 cup quantities in just like plastic Ziploc baggies. Throw it in my freezer because I want zucchini bread or zucchini for other things. It doesn't freeze well in like rings or anything like that, but for something like this, it works perfect year round. So that is what I'm going to do with my zucchini, just because I'm not going to get to it in time if I don't. Anyways, I need a cup and a half of this. I think I'm pretty much there. And I'm going to set this to the side. All right, I have my zucchini. The first thing we need to do is get a bowl for our dry ingredients. And then eventually you'll get a second one for your wet ingredients. So for my dry ingredients, you need, where's my measuring cup? 1.5 cups of all-purpose flour. Use whatever you want. You can use, if you use fresh milled, you're going to need a little extra liquid and then let it like absorb in. This is just regular old all-purpose. It's an organic, unbleached all-purpose flour. The next thing you need is 1/2 cup of cocoa powder. This is what makes it, well, part of what makes it chocolatey. Nobody complain about chocolate bread. I mean, it's like an excuse to eat chocolate for breakfast, which sometimes Sean just eats chocolate for breakfast anyway, so this at least looks healthy. The next thing we need is some baking powder and baking soda. We get ours from Azure Standard, and I just store it in little jars. You need a 1/2 teaspoon of each of those into our mix. This one is actually the honey jars before they changed it over. That's how long we've been doing this. Now they use canning jars for all of their wet, like pasta sauces and stuff like that on Azure, but they used to could use these different jars, and that's what that is. The last thing we need into this is a 1/4 teaspoon of salt of your choice. I don't care if it is pink Himalayan. I don't care if it is real salt. I don't care if it's iodinized. I don't care. Just some salt, y'all. I think people kind of overcomplicate things sometimes. Just use what you want. You get the same result pretty much in the end. It's just whatever you're comfortable with. I'm just going to take a spoon, mix this together just enough to get kind of not fully incorporated, but get your, like, some of your ingredients just lightly incorporated. All right, set that to the side. Then I need another bowl. We have what looks like a bookshelf built into our island. And it's full Pyrex. I need to give you guys a tour on that. So this is going to be like our wet ingredient bowl. And the first thing we need is not a wet ingredient, it's sugar. Where is my 1 cup? I didn't get it out. Yes, I did. Where is it? It's right here in front of my face. Okay, I have cocoa powder. Don't put it on your face this time and do an entire video. Did you guys see that one the other day? Someday, I don't think it's on my face. Let's just hope not. First thing you need is 1 cup of regular old sugar. You can use cane sugar. You can use coconut sugar. I'm using just white sugar. That's what I have. That's what I'm comfortable baking with. Bacon? There's no bacon in this, just so you know. You need a 1/2 cup of, I'm going to give you a couple options here. I will put the directions or the ingredients or the recipe, that's what it's called, down below. If you hit description and hit more, I think it says, it'll drop down and then it'll give you everything for this recipe. So if you want to ignore me completely, and not have to sit there with a pen and paper, and you can actually pay attention, be in the moment. It's down there. Anyways, we need a half of a cup, and here's your choices. You can do half a cup of applesauce, half a cup of oil of your choice. I would not recommend olive oil, but you do you. I wouldn't do tallow or like Crisco. That's not what we're going for here. Or you can do half a cup of butter. That's what I'm doing because we like butter. Butter makes everything better. I'm going to get that just so you don't get like a weird clump of butter in your sugar. To that, we need 2 little eggs. Our chickens started laying eggs, and they're like so cute and teeny tiny. I don't know who's laying though at this point, but it's okay. I like to crack them into a dish just in case. These have kind of not thin shells by no means, but sometimes the shells can break in there, and we don't want to add that. I do rinse our egg shells off, and I dry them out, and then we feed them back to our chickens for calcium. So if you see me sticking in the sink, that's why. I'm gonna get our egg just kind of incorporated into, just mix it in there, you guys. We don't need to be fancy here. By the way, my oven is preheating at 350 degrees right now. The next thing we need, okay, you have 2 options here. You can put a teaspoon of vanilla, just regular old vanilla. Delicious, phenomenal vanilla. We do have directions on how to make every possible vanilla known. So if you need some directions, look around the channel. Anyways, there's a teaspoon of that going in. If you want to take it over the top and make it more chocolatey, we use this organic chocolate extract. We get it from Azure Standard. I need to figure out how to make my own chocolate extract, but you know what? I just can't do it all, and so I just buy this one. I do a half a teaspoon of this, you guys. We love to add this into our Dutch ice cream that we make from scratch. Delicious. All right, so I'm just gonna mix that in so that all of our wet ingredients are now mixed together. Next thing you need, bring your zucchini back into the picture. We need 1.5 cups of zucchini, and that's gonna go into our wet mixture. I don't like squish it or anything, and you want to keep the moisture in it. Like when I make certain things with like cucumber, you want to squeeze that moisture out. This one, it helps to make an awesome bread. So we have 1.5 cups going in. Like I said, I'm going to save the rest of the zucchini and freeze it because sometimes I want zucchini bread and I don't have zucchini. Like today. No, I had the zucchini today, but this, by the way, this bread freezes really, really well. So if you make it now and you pull it out like closer to the holidays, there's Christmas in August, number 45. I'm just kidding. I don't even know how many of those we're going to end up doing. Okay, then we are adding our dry ingredients to our wet ingredients. I haven't made this since last year, and I feel like sometimes I can make a recipe, and I can like off the cuff, I know exactly because I make it so often, like our bread. This I make like twice a year, so I have to look back and go, what was I talking about? Then I go back again because when I'm talking to you guys, sometimes I forget that there's another ingredient that I was supposed to add and I miss it completely. Anyways, get your dry ingredients in there, you guys. Then we're going to mix that together to make our batter. But what makes batter better? Chocolate chips. Okay, you have a couple options for chocolate chips here. You want dark chocolate? Go for dark chocolate. You want milk chocolate? Go for milk chocolate. I tend to like to go with a 50-50, but I'm using dark chocolate today because that's all I had left of the dark chocolate, and I just want to get it out of my cabinet. I don't want to use like, what am I going to do with like a few well, I know what I do with a few chocolate chips that were left over, Sean. But for today, we are going to just use them in our mix that I'm getting everywhere. So one thing with our chicken eggs is they are still very, very young, and so their eggs are small. They will get larger with age, but for now, sometimes I have to go back to recipes and add another egg if they're recipes that call for large eggs, because our little chickens aren't quite doing that yet. This one, I think we're going to be okay now that I have it going. So it looks kind of like a brownie batter at this point. Add your chocolate chips. It's a half a cup. And then all you're going to do is fold those into your mix. All right. Your batter's done, y'all. Batter? Is it bread batter? Your dough? It's not dough to me. I don't know. We have a regular old, what is this actually? I just call it a standard loaf pan, but it's like a 9 by, really, it's a 1.5 quart. You're not going to tell me. It's like a 9 by 4, I want to say. You're going to grease this. Use whatever you want to grease it. We love these little oil containers. This one's avocado oil. It's just what I grabbed. But transfer that into that. I love this because it's kind of a quick little recipe, but man, is it good. Breakfast, you've got the veggies hidden in there. If you've got kids especially, or, you know, men who don't eat vegetables, great way to hide it. They kind of break down, and so you kind of don't realize they're in there. That's what I love about zucchini bread. Like, my kids won't eat certain veggies, like zucchini, but if it's hidden in the bread, they're going to be just fine with it, especially a chocolatey bread. All right. In it goes. Look at that. Just make sure we got it all prettied up. Y'all. Boom. That's it. You're going to pop it in your oven, 350 degrees. It needs like 50 to 60 minutes. Our oven runs pretty dang hot. She likes to burn the bejesus out of everything just to prove a point. I don't know. So I'll check it at like 45 minutes to 50 minutes and go from there. But I'm going to go clean up, get this in the oven. I'll bring you back to show you once it's done. Oh, I can't put it in yet. I forgot I have hamburger buns and bread that is cooking. It's almost done. Then this will go in. Such is life, you guys. We'll be back. All right, I just took it out of the oven. Don't you love it when it does that on the top? I mean, come on. Doesn't that look beautiful? All right, let me give it a couple minutes to cool down, and then I'll cut it, and we'll taste test it for y'all. OMG. Okay, it's been like a half an hour. I let this cool. It's not cool. It's still warm, y'all, but I just can't wait to try it. So I have a plate. I'm just going to pop this out onto the plate to let it, just because that's how we put our bread on the counter for people to eat. You can leave it in the loaf pan if you want. I know a lot of people do that, but let's see if I can get it out in one piece. Come on. It's still too hot. Okay, so we're just going to take a slice out. It's not totally firm enough to pop a piece out like I was hoping, but it's okay. So the top gets nice and crusty, like a really good brownie, but the inside, because of the zucchini, stays really good and tender. And we got a piece. Sweet. Ooh, it's hot. I'm having a kitchen day today, by the way. Over here, I have a batch of dog food going. We have that recipe on the channel. It's under grain-free dog food. We've changed it a little bit over the years and kind of use what we have. So today they're having sweet peas with, nope, they're not having sweet peas. They're having sweet potato with some chicken breast, and we use dried peas in it to give them a little extra oomph, and chicken stock. Fun times. And then over on that counter, we are messing with a highly requested video from you guys, crescent rolls, like, you know, like the Pillsbury tubes of rolls. We are messing with some recipes to make your own, but I'm using the bread machine because it's me. So that's what we're working on today, you guys, in case you're curious. All right, so this is, like I said, it's still warm, so it's going to crumble apart just slightly, but there you guys go. It's nice and steamy and beautiful. It resembles a brownie. I'm not going to lie. Let me pop a piece of this, and hopefully it is not too hot to try for you guys, because I'm going to eat it even if it is, so it's fine. So, this is one of those breads that gets better with time. So, like, as it cools, tomorrow is prime. Day 2, it's just as good. It's chocolatey, but not like overkill chocolate. But it's a nice chocolate. And the chocolate chips give little pops throughout it. But it's super moist. The outside is super, like, Sean heard me say chocolate.
What? What did you say?
It's still warm.
I know you said that. I was scared because it's like,
No.
I don't like things that are too hot. I'm a little sensitive, but I'm not too warm. Perfect.
No, it's good.
It does have a little brownies to it.
It has a brownie flavor to it.
Oh.
Anyways, There's our zucchini bread recipe. I'm going to put the link below. There is no link below. I'm going to put the recipe below. So if you hit description, Sean's laughing. We are hoping, you guys have asked us 3,000 times, when are we going to be working on a cookbook or a blog? And I keep saying soon, but honestly, we got the blog and then we didn't do anything with it. We got busy doing other things. Cookbook. I need to like tell myself I'm going to sit down and do 2 recipes a day or something, because I do really want to get that out for you guys. But honestly, yet again, another thing on my list. Bro. Technically, we just did eat lunch, so this is lunch dessert, which everybody should have a lunch dessert. I'm just saying. Oh, so we got the Theo's Toffee chocolate from Azure Standard, and I wanted to tell you guys what we thought of that. Delicious. It's gone. We got, what was the name of that shampoo? Smitty's, what? Yeah. It's a bar shampoo. We've been using that. Sean and I have both really enjoyed using it. So there's a couple Azure updates for you. But anyways, I'm going to go stuff my face with this. Like I said, description below. The recipe will be there for you. And I promise we'll have a cookbook at some point in our lives. Maybe. Thanks.